35 under 35 most successful and inspiring accountants. And the project recognizes industry accounting professionals who have made contributions to their businesses or industry by creating value, leading by example, championing new solutions, and inspiring others. So, sir, can you please tell us a short background on how you started your career?
Okay. Actually, back in 2008, after I have passed the board exam, actually I'm leaning toward entering SGB, consulting firms. Unfortunately, by the time I went there, it's already closed for the season. So they made me wait for the next season to come May 2008. But then due to financial concerns with my family, I made it a point that I really have to look for other companies. So at that time, I met a friend of mine in Glorieta, an HR actually of Smart Communications. And then when we met, we bumped into each other, and then I have raised my concern with him, and then he suddenly said that, why don't you give your resume to me? Send it to my email. And then when I gave it to him, a day after that, HR called me for an interview with Smart. So it was memorable because the dates coincide with my significant dates. Like I had my job interview on my birthday, February 8th. I had my job offer on Valentine's Day, February 14th. So that I cannot forget those dates. So after that, yes, luckily I had my first job, which is Smart. That was my first job, and then the second one right now.
So you started your career talaga sa Smart po?
Yes, so I spent there for 9 years.
For 9 years.
Actually, I had my 10 years last February. I did not wait for that February to come.
February.
Yes.
February.
So how was it working with Smart po?
Actually, Smart gave me a lot of opportunities to grow. Actually, it was a point in time when HR interviewed me and asked me that what was your plan with Smart? And I told them that I think in 5 years time I wanted to become a CFO. And suddenly HR asked me that, sir, you might as well check the reality versus your dream or something like that. Because yeah, true, because Smart is a big company. In finance alone, we are about 400 to 500 employees. So basically, my dream of becoming a CFO is not that easy to grab, given that a lot of competition, a lot of bosses on the top. So yeah, I got that message early on. But then again, I did not stop for wanting my dream to come. And then along the way, I see to it that every time I do something, it was best. It was my best, and of course, it will contribute a lot of value to the company. So actually, not to brag about myself, in Smart, if you want really to go up as HR policy, you really need to at least on a certain level, at least render there 2 years in time before you be promoted or upgraded to the next level. But in my case, it was exceptionally situation. So I spent around every year I was being upgraded and promoted to the next level. So I'm happy for my bosses and for all those who have helped me throughout my career, given the stiff competition.
So you were accounting supervisor
When
before
I
you
left,
left
yes, when I
ng
left
Smart. What made you decide po na iwan yung position niyo sa Smart?
Actually, there are things in your life that it will come to you that something that will tell you that it's time to move on. Because at that time when I got married last 2015, because of course my financial issues and others, and then I had my son right now, so 1 year old and 5 months. At that time, because I am a CPA and then work with Smart as an accountant in finance section in department. So basically, with regards to budgeting per se, you are master of your money, right? But then again, I did not see it coming to myself. So there is something wrong on how I have my finances and all. So basically, it came to me that I really need to look for something great that would compensate me much bigger than what I have what I have getting right now. So basically, it's not about the job, it's not about the circumstances, but about my own problems that lead me to look for another career that would help me boost my income generating factor. So basically, because yeah, given that Smart is a big company, a lot of finance alone, so I am not wanting all my bosses to resign or to move up so that I can move up also. But then again, the only way I think at that time is to look for another job that is much more bigger in role and bigger in salary. So, and because of that, actually I got the message from the bosses, from the CFO itself of Smart, that why don't I relay the problems to them, because they're actually ready to help me by all means, even granting me a loan or whatever, pay when able or something like that. So it broke my heart because at that time I was searching for opportunity. Of course, I didn't think of that ways, right? But then again, the opportunity is already like there. So I don't want also to burden the other party just because this company of mine offers me such. I was able to have my loyalty back to them. But then again, it's not about the loyalty question or what, but with my personal goals and to how to provide my family with the sufficient needs that I have to provide them. So that's the story behind why I did transfer. Because from the standpoint of an accounting supervisor, this company, the Link Energy, I don't know if they see the potential, because if I were that Link Energy right now, maybe I have some doubts, right? Because I am looking for an accounting and finance manager. That role is so big, and then you were, getting this accounting supervisor from Smart alone, seeing only the credentials on my paper and so on. Not even requiring me to report or to provide something that they would evaluate or what. But then again, that trust and the potential I think that they see on me. So I grabbed that opportunity. So be it. Likewise, right? So I don't want to waste that opportunity. So whatever Smart is giving me at that time, actually they made a counter offer. But I cannot, because in my own principles in life, of course, I love Smart because that is my first family. Over 9 years or so, the times that I spent there in all that matters, I cannot equate the value of friendship, the value of family. But then again, yes, for my future, maybe I can forgo some of them. And for the sake also of that another party longing or giving back, what can I do for them in return of getting me as an accounting supervisor?
So no regrets at all.
No regrets at all.
How did you find out the opportunities sa Link Energy?
Actually, when I made my decision last May 2017, actually, it's a process. My wife is telling me to pursue outside because she said to me that, honey, di ba? She called me honey, there are a lot of potential in you. So instead of me getting out, why did you try? Because at that point, when we discussed among ourselves, I made sure to her that I will not leave Smart. I love my job. I have a lot of things to do here, a lot of projects that I am involved into. So there's no way to get out from Smart. So, but then again, along the way, she persistently tell me that why don't you look for something else that would help us? And then all of these things sink into me that yes, I am the head of the family, so I must do something about it. Our financial issues right now. So when the time came that I woke up and then suddenly realized that I really make a stand. I got my resume into my old USB file, and then that was 2008 when I last made it. I edited it, and then I came about 10 pages after I made that one. And then along the process, I trimmed it down until 5 pages. So actually, when I see the CV of mine, actually I was amazed because I see myself along these years. I am this one already. So after that, I updated on the job street, on the caliber, that two module. And then to my surprise, many gave their intent also in getting me. So I think that it is not impossible to long for a higher position. Like actually, I'm longing for accounting manager or finance manager at that time. So it's not possible because many have gave their intent to me. So along the way, I made it a point that because due to my workload in Smart, I bargained with some of them. For example, this one is wanted me to come to their office at exactly 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. I refused because I told them that my only available time is 6 p.m. onwards. Are you willing to wait me until 9 p.m. or 10 p.m.? Some said yes. So at the back of my mind, actually I'm getting closer to what I really have to get, right? Because some of them really wanted me, even though it is over the time or some on the weekends or something like that. So when I got into Link Energy, actually I have a checklist, 3 checklists only. The first is whoever company that gave me what I want in terms of salary compensation. Number 2 is for those companies that would really give the position that I want, which is accounting manager or finance manager. And number 3, who came first. I don't want to wait for the other 50 other companies just to point of comparison. So after Link Energy accomplishes that 3 checklists of mine, I instantly signed the job offer. And then I texted all the companies that I've been went through. Actually, some of them are already on the stage of giving me job offer. Some of are in the stage of interview with the CFOs. But then again, so I made a text blast, email blast, phone call, or whatever, just to inform them that I will no longer continue my application with them. To my surprise, some called back, and then they tell me that, sir, why don't you wait our offer? Actually, it's already made, and why don't you come to our office and we could discuss these things? But at the back of my mind, I cannot refuse, or I cannot the opportunity that Link Energy gave me is much bigger than all of them combined. Meaning that because some of them actually it hurt me when some of the companies made it a point that I go there, first interview, second interview, and then suddenly another manager from this department will interview another company, another manager from this organization. So basically, I was interviewed back then by the finance director. Why is it that I will be being interviewed by another manager from another department? So basically, I don't know if they're just getting the best of the candidates. But then again, yeah, it's given because the marketplace in hiring or something like that. So I don't complain about that. But then again, here comes Link Energy, giving me that full opportunity, time-based, monetary-based, and then position-based. So basically, I said yes, and then discarded everything along the way.
So, you were a valedictorian since ano na po, no?
Yes.
Since elementary,
Kindergarten,
high school, and elementary, and you were a magna cum laude in college.
And not to brag also, I am the only one in the graduation without a brag.
Kasi ang hirap naman kuhanin nun, sir.
Nahirap talaga. Actually, nahirap.
Hirap naman talaga.
So, sir, was accounting your first choice in college?
Actually, no. Actually, when I was a kid, I wanted to become a priest. Become a priest because I have a soft heart, and I wanted to help people. But because of financial as well, with that kind of, because I'm not, we are not in a well-off family, something like that. So actually, my father and my mother just in the house, and my father as an agriculture technician in our local town. Actually, I see in them sacrifices, and even because in my elementary and high school days, the competition is also very stiff. It is not just about academics, so I really need to balance curricular and then academics. So there are ratings or equivalent portions, for example, 70% academics, 30% curricular, or 60-40, something like that. So we really need to excel on both angles or both situations. So actually, that curricular part is so costly because we were given some opportunities going to Baguio, to Davao, to some parts of Manila in our own expenses. So I really need to look for the fares and all the allowances. So my father just told me, don't worry about the expenses. whatever activity you have, just tell me. I will look for ways on how you will cope up with those curricular activities. So in my mind, I really have to do something great with my life because my parents, will give everything that will help us with my sister as well because I am the only boy in the family. So I have four sisters and I am the only one. I am second in the family. So the great responsibility I have in mind because after I graduated from the college and working with Smart, the two sisters of mine, the youngest and the other one, is from graduated in what's that? Far Eastern University, FEU, and the other one in Ateneo Dinaga. I supported their studies also. So aside from because I wanted to help each and every one of my family, because that's also one of the reasons why I did not entertain girls at that time. So basically no girlfriend because I wanted to focus studies of course. At the same time after that I wanted to help my family. So basically I neglected that life of something.
So now they're all professionals already.
Yes, they are. And then at that time when I had my obligations done, I said to myself that it's time about to look for some girls and because my goal is not to just experience girlfriend or boyfriend relationship, but of course whomever I chose to be that girlfriend would be my wife forever, something like that. So I have that notion in my perspective.
So si wife ay first girlfriend.
Yes,
is-
First and last.
Yes.
First and
So I don't care if some of my friends would tell me, what are you, a gay or something like that? Why did you try everything? I don't care. This is me, this is my life. So I wanted to, because these are all the strands that I'm going to. It means that if not with these things, I cannot say that it is me. Right? So with these goals or values I have in my life, it something like help me to become more strong, help me to overcome all the challenges in my life. So that's it.
So was accounting your first choice?
Ay, sorry. Accounting, yeah. After that, so